Some marriages don't collapse in chaos. They end with a calm voice and a knife-sharp
The kitchen
sentence.
clock ticked with military precision as Michael watched the last 7 years of his marriage dissolve right there on the granite countertop. Rachel sat across from him, her makeup immaculate, her posture crisp. She had the same poise she used in boardrooms. "I want a divorce," she said, no tears. No hesitation, just cold, rehearsed certainty. The Texas heat blurred the windows outside, warping the world like a mirage, a perfect metaphor for their marriage, beautiful from a distance, but distorted up close. Michael noticed her fingers trembling as she twisted her wedding ring, a tiny crack in her perfect mask, but he surprised her. He just said, "Okay, your choice." Her eyes flickered with disappointment, maybe even annoyance. She was expecting a fight, tears, and ego to feed. Instead, all Michael felt was relief, a long exhale after years of holding his breath. Rachel slid a settlement folder across the table, everything calculated and prepared. The house for her. The business for him. Investments split. She thought she held all the power, but he wasn't playing by her script anymore. When he announced he'd get his own lawyer, she faltered. And when he told her he was leaving that night, she looked genuinely shaken for the first time in years. "You're really okay with us staying friends?" she asked, her voice thin. Michael paused at the door. "You reap what you sow, Rachel. We'll see what kind of friendship you planted." The door clicked shut, and with it, 7 years of weight lifted from his shoulders. Ryan didn't ask questions when Michael showed up with a duffel bag. He just handed him a beer, pointed to the guest room, and said, "Stay as long as you need, brother." That night, Michael searched for heartbreak but found only relief. He realized he'd mourned the marriage long before the word divorce was ever spoken. A week later, Rachel called, her voice tight with fake urgency. A pipe burst. "You need to come fix it." The old Michael would have dropped everything. The new Michael just said, "I'll text you a plumber." There was a confused silence. "You want me to call a plumber?" He replied, "That's generally who fixes plumbing, yes." The rules had changed. Her dependency became obvious. A dead car battery, a printer issue, a spider on the ceiling. Each time, Michael offered her resources, not rescue. He gave her a card holder filled with numbers for services she should have learned to call years ago. "I thought we were staying friends," she'd complain. "What does friendship mean to you, Rachel?" he asked. "Because I'm not your husband anymore." His boundaries felt like cruelty to her, because she had always benefited from their absence. Meanwhile, with his newfound freedom, Michael's business exploded. His energy was back. He was rebuilding himself, and he swore he would never shrink again. At the Chamber of Commerce gala, Michael walked in alone, not as Rachel's accessory, but as his own man. Across the ballroom, Jessica, Rachel's glamorous best friend, noticed him. For the first time in 7 years, she didn't look at him with that thinly veiled disdain. She approached, and they started talking. A real conversation. She confessed, "I never thought you and Rachel made sense." She rewrites history to make herself the hero. Coffee turned into lunches, lunches into hours-long conversations, and conversations into a genuine connection. Jessica was everything Rachel wasn't: direct, supportive, and emotionally present. Michael was finally stepping into a sunlight he never knew he'd been missing. Fate chose a Saturday afternoon for the explosion. Michael and Jessica were leaving a shopping center when Rachel emerged from a boutique. She froze, her eyes locking onto their interlaced fingers. Rage bloomed across her face. "Well," she hissed, "isn't this cozy?" The confrontation went nuclear right there in public. Accusations flew. Shoppers pulled out their phones. Jessica stepped between them, firing back with years of suppressed truth. "You didn't lose us," Jessica told her. "You pushed us away." Rachel stormed off, and by sunset, the video was all over social media. Rachel retaliated with a war of rumors, trying to poison Michael's professional life. She spread lies about his business, spooking clients and suppliers. But Michael fought back with transparency and relentless hard work. Jessica stood by his side, bringing contacts, contracts, and calm. He rebuilt everything she tried to break, but stronger. Rachel, on the other hand, spiraled. She lost her job. Her house went into foreclosure. Her friends drifted away. She called it bad luck, but it was a lifetime of manipulation collapsing under its own weight. When the truth finally arrives, it doesn't knock, it floods. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow for more stories.